Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I got this question here about my drive doesn't know what enough means. I can relate to this. And this will be interesting because I haven't really thought about this too much. So you're going to hear my unfiltered thoughts here as I sort of ponder this. This is how I learn, folks. By the way, this YouTube video or this YouTube channel, this is sort of how I learn. I learn a lot about myself as I'm doing these videos. As I'm doing these videos, literally, I learn what is coming out of my mouth. I am hearing it for the first time sometimes, and sometimes it's stuff that I didn't realize was in there. So it's good, it's a good idea to do something like this, to either journal or, do YouTube videos like I do and sort of, really gather some thoughts on a lot of subjects, so that you're getting them out of you. Because when you get them out of you, then they go back into you in a different way. I talk about this a lot about teaching, how important teaching is, and that's important for taking knowledge and turning it into understanding. But if you want to understand yourself better, right, and understand what some of your issues and some of the things that are going on with you, doing that in the form of journaling or in the form of videos or some way getting that out is really a good idea. It's a good practice. So I've gotten a lot of value out of this YouTube channel. It's one of the reasons why I do it. I love making videos for all of you out there, but I also do it for me, right? So make sure my mic is working. All right, it is. All right, so we got here, hi John, love the videos, got a quick question for you. Good, like quick questions. I'm finding that I can't enjoy the successes that I'm having in my career and life in general. The successes feel great for a day or two, but then I'm left wanting to achieve the next thing. Let's see, my family tell me that I need to switch off, but truth be told, I can't. The drive that I have simply doesn't understand enough. I'm worried that I'll never be able to actually enjoy life. As a rather driven chap yourself, I was hoping you could offer your thoughts on your own experiences. Cheers, David. So David, now all of you can see why I prefaced prefaced this video with what I said here, is because I'm going to tell you honestly, I don't have a good answer for you. I can't really solve this problem. This is a problem that I have. So I feel like I always have to be doing something. Not just that I always have to be occupying my time, but I always have to be shooting towards a goal. Now, is this a bad thing? Is this a horrible thing? I don't think so. Do I sometimes neglect to enjoy life? Yes. Do I think that the solution to this is to stop doing things and to just simply enjoy life? No, I don't think that's the solution. I think that the solution is to remember, and again, I have to remind myself, I'm trying to practice this right now actually, is I don't have to do things, I get to do them. And see, this is sort of the problem. It's sort of a catch-22 here, an ironic situation here, is that I think that one of the things that makes a person successful, in fact, I did a whole video on ironies, right? And this is another one, but this is an important one, is this idea that, one thing that makes people successful is this, right? Is that they are driven, right? And that they push themselves forward, that they're able to develop a mindset that says, I have to do it, where failure or not doing something is not an option, right? So for example, I just went to SumoCon. You probably see some videos from there. And at 6 a.m., the 2 days that I was there, I got up and ran my 10 miles, right? It's like, I'm gonna go to this conference. Most people would say, well, I'll take a break during the conference and I won't do this, but I have to do it, right? It doesn't even register in my mind as not doing this as an option, right? I'm going to the gym. I never miss a workout. I never miss a day. And I hardly ever miss videos, right? Or whatever I'm committed to. If I have some kind of routine, some kind of schedule, some kind of project I'm working on, it's not an option. I have to do it, right? I'm able to force myself. So and I think a lot of successful people are able to do that. They're able to make it where the unsuccessful person weighs it and says, well, I don't know, maybe I should go ahead and eat some chocolate tonight, or maybe I should skip the gym today, I'm feeling kind of tired, right? Whereas a really successful driven person says, no, it's not even an option. Everything is life or death. I make everything life or death, right? And so the pro of that is that you get stuff done. You don't screw up very often, right? You drive and you are able to hit things hard. The negative of that is, again, like I said, is when you're able to think in those terms, it's really hard to think in terms of you get to do things, right? It's more you have to do them. So, even though you don't have to, right? It's an illusion. You're creating your own standards. At least for me, I'm creating my own standards, my own rules, my own, forcing myself to do things. But I have to visualize it as I have to do it, as if it's life or death. There's no choice in order to make sure that it gets done. And so there's a real challenge there because it's hard to switch. It's hard to wake up in the morning and say, I get to do this, or to enjoy things, or to enjoy life because of that, because you can't let go of that. So I've been trying to work on that a little bit and trying to let go of some things. I mean, some things are really important. I think that you've got to have, directions you're going in your life, and you've got to have things where you're going to do them every day, and you, quote, have to do them. But I'm trying myself to make it more like I get to do it, even though I'm still, thinking that it's not an option that I don't do it, right? It's still, I get to. And it's more of a feeling of just enjoying life in general, of it doesn't matter what I'm doing, it matters how I'm doing it, thinking in terms of that, and thinking in terms of that everything that I'm doing, I can have fun with it, right? And I think part of it is your brain doesn't know the difference between work and play. To it, it's all work, right? It's all doing something. It's all processing data. And so it's only our perception, it's only our choice that makes one task boring or one task painful and another task enjoyable, right? At least for the most part. I'm making some generalizations here, but I think that we can, start to realize that it's up to us. We can determine if something is going to be an enjoyable experience, and it's about the perception of it, of that we get to live life, that we get to be in life. I'm going to recommend a couple of books I think that may help you. I think it's really present moment awareness, right? And so both of them are Eckhart Tolle books. There's his first book is, what is it? I know that the second book is New Earth, and I've read that one. The Power of Now. So here we go. 2 books here: The Power of Now and New Earth. Whichever order they show up, I don't know. But those are 2 good Eckhart Tolle books. I'm also reading a book right now that I haven't done a review on yet. A review will be coming, called The Present Process. You can check that out here. So far, it's pretty good. Oh, this is weird with my finger. But so far, it's pretty good, and I think that's going to help a little bit too. It's this same concept. So I think that really driven people can get to this, can have trouble just being in the present moment, and their mind is always somewhere else. They're always in the future, right? I think a lot of unsuccessful people, their mind is always in the past. And so, yeah, I don't have a great solution for you. Honestly, I'm working on it. I think this is one of my weak areas, right? I have a weakness here in that I sometimes don't enjoy life. I squeeze the life out of life. and sometimes it's enjoyable to do that, but if you just keep on going from project to project, I don't think the answer is in not doing that. That is probably part of your personality, part of your core. I don't think that I'm ever going to be not working on some project. I feel like I've got to do these things. It is just built into me that I'm always going to be driven. I'm always going to be moving to the next thing. It's how I do it. That's what I have to work on. Once you realize that you're not going to be able to sit back and relax and enjoy life, then the question is, how can you enjoy life while you're jumping out of the plane, while you're shooting 80 miles into the sky, or while you're on that rocket, how can you enjoy it? That's the question, and that's what I'm working on. So hopefully you find your way. You guys have the pleasure of seeing me as I go through my journey. And there's ups and downs in it, right? But I feel like I'm making progress, and that's what I think. That's what encourages me, is that I'm figuring out ways to better understand myself, to better develop myself, in order to not just accomplish things. Again, Tony Robbins talks about the art, or the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. That would be another place that I would look, as Tony Robbins stuff. I went to his Date with Destiny program, and that actually helped me a lot. You can check out my review on that, because he talks about this idea. That's one of the very first things that he talks about in Date with Destiny, is this idea of the science of achievement, but you got to master the art of fulfillment, because it does no good for you to achieve a bunch of things and not be fulfilled. But sometimes that fulfillment part is a little bit more difficult. That's more of the internal, of the mind state of your well-being, and working on that. So self-development definitely can help there. And just, I don't know. No, honestly, I don't know the exact answer, and I'm trying to find it out. So I do think I've made progress, right? And I do think I still have a long way to go as far as making progress in this area, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is a tough challenge, and I don't, like I said, I don't have an absolute solution for it. But I don't think the solution is to stop and slow down and smell the roses. I don't think it's to not move on to the next project, because if you're like me, I don't think that will work. I don't think you'll be able to do that. I think it's to keep going, but figure out how to do it in a way that's more enjoyable, right? And maybe to take some moments. One thing that I'm experimenting with, I don't want to make this too long and drawn out, but one thing I am trying to figure out is can I build into my schedule certain relaxation times, right? Can I create in my schedule sort of, downtimes, right? And maybe meditation would help there, but can I go and schedule for an hour every day playing video games or something like that, that's going to be enjoyable, that's going to not be stressful, that's not going to be that whole driven thing. And if I could do that, will that help me? So I'm kind of trying to experiment with that. So far I haven't really been successful, because I haven't done it. I feel like my time is too precious. I can't even imagine people that watch TV, right? I don't even watch any TV and stuff, and I don't have enough time, or I feel like I don't have enough time. So so sometimes maybe it's just being too ambitious. So could you back things down? I guess that's my question, is could you back things off maybe 20%, so you're still accomplishing 80% of what you did before, but you're putting a little bit of purposeful enjoyment time in there with the 20%. I think I got to find that balance. And so you'll see if I do it. You'll see. I'll talk about this some more. So anyway, great question. Again, I don't have the perfect answer here, and I'm working on it. And let me know if you guys have some ideas. I'm always open to it. But yeah, this is one of the hard things about life. And like I said, it's ironic, because the people that have this problem, that are able to, in order to accomplish, in order to hit these milestones and to achieve, you've really got to be able to force yourself to make everything life or death. But when you make everything life or death, it's really, really hard to enjoy. It's really hard to let go. So yeah, it's one of those ironies, I think. But anyway, great question. Hope that helps you, and if you have a question for me, you can always email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click that big subscribe button down below, and you'll get more existential questions and answers like this, and more I don't knows from me. So anyway, I'll talk to you next time, and take care.